just be liking all the same. This is what I'm in on in the street games. I'm convinced that nobody is speaking my language. I'm a clear the air, so listen close when I say this. After every feel stainless, I can make a...
As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up, jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening. But all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Tonight we wrap up this Thanksgiving weekend with a compelling matchup, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Everyone took advantage of the Cyber Monday deals. Now it's time to focus on some football. Bears and Vikings underway on Monday night. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. First play and a first pass for Cousins. They'll get this to Nwangu. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed, because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number one, it's easy for him to get lost. And number two, really tough for the linebacker to run with him.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Vikings. Jordan Addison, 44 yards. And the Vikings go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Velus Jones now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon...
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Cine across midfield. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Following the interception, Cousins. There's Addison. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away. This fielded right at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First down, they go right back to Pierce. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This defense for the Vikings, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Fields. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. One play action. Fields. He's going to look deep for more. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Chicago. DJ Moore. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears have got it back to within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. These two teams matching up for the 2nd time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6. And it was the Vikings who won that one on the road, so they'll look for the sweep here in Minneapolis. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Cine. And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's caught downfield by Addison. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Cousins on 1st down. And that one to the right side and incomplete. So this game, Charles, you know, we talked about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Good route kick.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
There's Mooney with another catch. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. And they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
3rd down and 1. Pierce will try to pick it up. And this will be a Bears 1st down as he gets it up past the 35.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Here we go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Fields. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
At the 45-yard line.
Here we go.
2 yards to go, second down. From the gun, here's Fields. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at third down and long. Now Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a third time. Mekhi Blackmon's got it. Inside the 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And they can't bring him down. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Mooney, the motion man right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
I wonder if they're wandering back to the huddle thinking to themselves, can we just hit rewind and go back a play? Definitely not the down they wanted to begin this drive by giving up a sack. But for the defense, that's exactly how they drew it up.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be taken out of bounds all the way down near the 35-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota. And even 50 yards.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big yardage.
Play action now. Cousins. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Now a 2nd and 2. Now Cousins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Well, in a tight game like this, that could be an incredibly important pick 6, CD. And remember, it cancels out the one that the opposition had earlier in this ball game.
You're right about that, partner, because each side came up with plays to swing the momentum their way. Still plenty of time left for either team to come through with a win, though. Can someone else make a similar play and win it for their club?
Santos with the extra point, and it's now 21-17. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, here's Cousins. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
Yellow.
Cousins now from the 50. He'll get this to Kene Nwangwu complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Cousins here going to change the play. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson, 33 yards. And the Vikings are able to widen their advantage. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Andrew Booth picks it off. Inside the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
Here we go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Here we go.
Now a first down throw, Fields. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's another first down on a big gainer there, 33 yards.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
Now this is going to be a quarterback draw. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. Second down. Now it's Fields. And my goodness, another interception. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Cousins to throw it. This is caught by Addison. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And with that last throw, we send out a congratulations to Kirk Cousins. He just went over 40,000 passing yards for his career. Just an incredible number. And the way he's still throwing it, you'd have to figure, heck, 50,000, not out of reach. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, we're good, we're good. Hey, no, easy. Where's the hole?
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Throw caught there by Osborne. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. He's got his first catch here before first down.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Listen to me. Wait up.
Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the knowledge you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down.
86 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Here we go. Good.
Now 2nd and 3.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
1st and 10, it's Pierce. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half.
No run back here for Jones. A touchback.
Here we go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They go again with Pierce. Shifts by him, fights through, and now a crease. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
Don't jump. Ready? Go.
Here's Pierce on the counter.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It was Danielle Hunter to make the play in the backfield.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Fields now to throw. To Pierce, they set up the screen.
Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Boy, that one was well read defensively, and this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Here we go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
You got a mini base. Why not?
From the 50, here's Fields.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Cousins on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right.
And that's going to be incomplete.
As quarterbacks like to do, he pushed it downfield on that throw. But I think that since he was outside the pocket and there was open space, it would have been a good time for his first carry of the game.
2nd and 10.
Throwing is Cousins.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Eddie Jackson picks it.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fields. Right side. Claypool's got it.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Here's Fields now on 2nd down. This one complete to Tunyon underneath.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And Fields going to have the 1st down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the 1st down.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Fields.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Here's Fields. And, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. He brings the ball, and he doesn't concentrate, drops it.
Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that'll get the deficit down to 15.
So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Cousins for the throw here, caught by Allison.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Right back to him for 10 more and a first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. And he fires one incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
There's Allison. Touchdown, Vikings.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Vikings will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2. Cousins will try and throw. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 7. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And this will be a Bears first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And now here's another interception. Andrew Booth picks it off. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Bring up 48.
Following the interception, Cousins. This is caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Give him 30 yards there.
Addison will go in motion left. He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
Jordan Addison
from 3 yards out.
And the Vikings add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Joseph on for the extra point. And the lead is now an even 30. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. 151 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Ran it last time. Now Fields to throw. Looking deep here for Mooney.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
To throw is Fields.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Dean Lowry able to record his 5th sack of the season.
But when this game is done, the credit will go to the consistent pressure on the quarterback as a huge cause of this win. Most teams are happy if they get a few of these games per year. You know they're going to watch this tape over and over, try to identify what's working and keep it going.
Oh, some strong running. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down. A run for Pierce out of the gun.
Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
First down, Bears.
Fields going to keep it running right.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago.
16 yards.
Here we go.
And the Bears first down.
Right.
Pierce now up the middle.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
2nd and 11. Fields. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 30 yards. Throwing here, Cousins. That's caught downfield by Addison. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
Good route here. Hey, we're good.
Cousins again. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Bears are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Here we go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Is that all right? Is that all right?
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too.